Massive moves have been seen with Shiba Inu today. Almost 500 trillion Shiba Inu has been recorded. Shiba Inu is taking over the market. And this is not an ordinary move. Analysts are dropping their signals. This might be the missing piece of the puzzle for the $1 dream. What is happening? And why will Shiba Inu change lives soon? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today has been wild for Shiba Inu. The price took a dip earlier, but it's already clawing its way back up. And while the chart may have looked a little shaky at first glance, the vibe in the community? Completely different. People are hyped. It's like Shiba Inu is on the edge of something huge. And honestly, it feels like the calm before a massive storm. In a good way. So let's talk about what's actually going down. A massive move happened today. Seriously huge. We're talking a gigantic amount of Shiba Inu being bought up and shifted around like crazy. This isn't your regular market noise. This is big players making big moves. And you know what that usually means? Momentum. Long-term bullish momentum. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. One well-known analyst dropped some seriously unexpected insights. According to him, Shiba Inu is lining itself up for a major breakout. Not just a small pump. A legit breakout. And guess what? That whole wave of panic selling we saw earlier? Completely wiped out. It's like someone flipped a switch. Boom! Suddenly everyone's back to being ultra bullish. And yes, some are even saying that magical $1 mark might be closer than we all thought. Sounds insane, but crypto's done crazier things. But I know what you're thinking. Okay, but is the price chart actually reflecting any of this? Oh, you bet it is. According to one analyst, there was a swing of over 5%. People were dumping, but Shiba Inu didn't flinch. And then, this is the wild part. Right around the late hours, trading volume went absolutely nuclear. We're talking numbers in the hundreds of billions. That's when Shiba Inu's price started pushing up again and found a new resistance zone. And that kind of push doesn't just happen out of nowhere. That's smart money stepping in. That's whales making moves. That's confidence. Shiba Inu bounced off a key support, climbed a bit, and then just hovered in this chill sideways down pattern. It's the kind of movement that usually comes right before another leg up. Traders know what this means. It's coiling. It's waiting. And here's what makes this so exciting. Even with all the external pressure from the broader market, Shiba Inu is still holding its ground. Still flexing resilience. However, here's the twist. According to one analyst, something kind of odd just happened with Shiba Inu. Something that could mean a big shift is right around the corner. So check this out. Based on the latest data from Into the Block, Shiba Inu is hovering around a massive resistance zone. We're talking over 500 trillion tokens sitting at this exact level. That's where more than 130,000 wallets are holding their Shiba Inu, at an average price that's just a bit higher than where we are now. Now, here's why this matters. This zone has become a major wall. That's a ton of holders and a ton of potential selling pressure. The charts literally show thick red bands there, signaling that this is a serious area to break through. Technically speaking, it's not exactly the strongest look for bulls on the daily chart. Momentum's hesitating a little. But wait, before you start panicking or thinking Shiba Inu is hitting a ceiling, hold on, because there's more. Another analyst pointed out something way more exciting, and it kind of changes the entire vibe. According to new updates from the same source, the burn rate for Shiba Inu has absolutely exploded. Like, off the charts. We're talking over 2,000% jump in just one day. That's not a typo. And more than 50 million Shiba Inu tokens? Removed from the circulating supply forever. And just like that, boom, Shiba Inu's price responded. It jumped up nearly 5%, climbing quickly and confidently. This wasn't just a random spike either. It actually moved in sync with Bitcoin, which also had a nice little breakout, pushing through some resistance of its own. So yeah, even with resistance ahead, even with the charts flashing a few warning lights, Shiba Inu is still showing life. Real life. Why? Because the fundamentals are still strong. The burn rate is popping. Bitcoin's rallying. And every time the community gets involved, every time we see this kind of reaction, it's a reminder that Shiba Inu isn't slowing down. We might be bumping into a wall now, but with supply shrinking and momentum building behind the scenes, that wall might just be ready to crack. And it doesn't stop there. Here's what's even more exciting. Shiba Inu has seriously taken over the market lately. Right now, Shiba Inu has climbed its way up to become the 16th biggest cryptocurrency in the world. Yes, it's officially outranking Bitcoin Cash, which now sits just behind it. The gap between them isn't massive, but still, This is a huge moment. A meme coin, once brushed off as just hype, is now ahead of a legacy project that was once part of Bitcoin's original story. And even though the price of Shiba Inu is still hanging just a little above that well-known range, what really stands out is the size of the community. Over 1.5 million people hold Shiba Inu right now. That's insane. That kind of support doesn't just show up unless there's real belief behind the project. Plus, with the total circulating supply inching closer to almost 600 trillion tokens, and the daily trading volume moving near the 200 million mark, Shiba Inu is proving that it's not just a flash in the pan. It's staying active, it's moving money, and more importantly, it's capturing attention, a lot of it. Shiba Inu's rise reflects something even bigger happening in the market. Right now, people aren't just chasing utility or history, they're chasing energy, momentum, and buzz. And that's exactly what meme coins like Shiba Inu are bringing to the table. They move fast, they make noise, and they keep communities super engaged. That matters, especially when the market's in one of those quiet, low-energy phases. And these are exactly the kind of ingredients Shiba Inu needs to finally reach that $1 dream. The craziest part? It's not just wild internet talk anymore. Even the Shiba Inu team is starting to speak more openly about it. Not as some joke or meme fantasy, but as a real possibility. A challenge, sure, but one that could actually happen if the right things line up. Since launching back in 2020, Shiba Inu has had its fair share of bold predictions, especially after that unforgettable bull run in 2021, when Shiba Inu shocked the entire crypto world and turned everyday holders into millionaires almost overnight. People started realizing this token doesn't play by the usual rules. And now, the talk of it reaching 1 cent, or even one full dollar, is heating up again. In fact, Lucy, one of the top names in the Shiba Inu team, recently took this conversation even further. She ran a session with ChatGPT, asking if Shiba Inu hitting $1 was even possible. And you know what? The answer wasn't no. It wasn't even unlikely. The answer was, it's not impossible. Here's the deal. For Shiba Inu to make that kind of legendary move, it would need what you'd call a perfect storm. Things like being used for real-world payments, being integrated into gaming apps, getting massive adoption for Shibarium, and pushing utility through other tokens in the ecosystem like Bone and Treat. And most importantly, that burning, constant massive burns to chip away at the crazy supply over time. It sounds like a lot, yeah, but it's not some fairy tale. These things are actually in progress. And sure, it won't be instant, but it's not some unreachable moonshot either. Why? Because Shiba Inu already did it once. A few years ago, it literally came out of nowhere and changed lives. People who were holding just for fun woke up millionaires. That kind of run wasn't luck. It was momentum, timing, community, and belief. And now, that same belief is back. The hype is back. And with everything in motion, from adoption to burns to sheer market energy, Shiba Inu hitting $1 isn't just some meme anymore. It's a mountain, yeah, but one this community might actually climb. So if you're wondering whether the $1 dream is still alive, it is. And it's looking more real every single day. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money. So, don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.